that you had you 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 could you do you want you could do so you do you could you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. Life imitates art in many ways, and there are very few moments in politics that are truly artistic. But man, check out this photo from last night, Trump's victory in South Carolina. After seconds, the polls had closed, and Donald Trump was victorious, and Donald Trump staring into his own image last night as he looks. This is the back of his head. Obviously, the iconic hair, the drip, the swag, and Trump looking into the mirror right there as he was just called. When was this tweet sent? The tweet was sent a minute after the polls closed. That's how fast they called Donald Trump's victory in South Carolina a dominant and historic victory, the most votes ever for any candidate and the fastest call ever for any contested race. And Nikki Haley down in flames with her Democrat policies and Democrat support and Democrat funders. God help Nikki Haley and her campaign because, whew, man, she's going to need it. Ladies and gentlemen, CNN is going to need, some prayerful reconsideration of their propaganda as they had to report last night that 70% of South Carolina and the voters in the South Carolina primary believed that Joe Biden rigged the 2020 election. Watch.
Do you think Biden legitimately won the 2020 election? Here in South Carolina, in this primary today, only a third, 32%, say that he did legitimately win. Only a
Okay. Don't have a heart attack, dude. Don't have an absolute panic attack. Listen, in a race where Democrats are literally suing to keep Donald Trump off the ballot, trying to stop us from voting for the man, $450 million in civil penalties, 450 years potentially in prison with bullshit lawsuits. It's a wonder why people think that there is some type of rigging in the game, in the system against Donald Trump. This isn't shocking to anyone who's been paying attention or reporting fairly. Also, when you go and have a look over at Joe Biden, it's quite obvious that the man is senile, that he's suffering from severe dementia. Just last week, Joe Biden, after a report came out from his own Department of Justice that he is effectively not mentally capable enough to stand trial, right? So Joe Biden wouldn't be able to be tried because he's too mentally incapacitated. Joe Biden has multiple moments where he glitches and freezes during that press conference. Joe Biden screams at reporters. Joe Biden messes up where Egypt and Mexico are and the leaders of those nations. This was Joe Biden's attempt at trying to convince people that he still had activity inside of his brainstem. Now, you would never imagine an American Saturday Night Live would attack this comedy gold, sadly, because they are completely stricken down by the woke mind virus and are incapable of actual humor or comedy anymore. They just continue to skewer Donald Trump as though nothing's happening with Joe Biden in the White House. Yet an Italian TV comedy series has actually skewered Joe Biden better than anything I've seen here stateside, which is pretty sad, actually. Conservatives should build better comedy programming because what we are living through right now is actual comedy gold. Leave it to the Italians to actually get Joe Biden correctly and do a freaking number on him. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen.
Buonasera, Presidente Biden. Presidente.
Good evening, Mr. President Biden. President. Here we are, President Biden. Qui.
Here.
Yes. Good evening. Buonasera. Yes.
I said to the President of Israel,
Sì.
Mikhail Gorbachev.
No, non è Gorbachev il presidente dell'Israele, no.
Sorry, Michael Jordan.
No.
When he went to the moon
Quando è andato sulla Luna,
and he was shot from Dallas.
ma non hanno sparato a lui a Dallas, quello è Kennedy. No, stia fermo, Presidente. Presidente.
Long shot from Dallas to the moon.
Si sta confondendo con Kennedy.
14 millions.
Sì.
Miles. 40.
Vabbè, ma non è lui, Presidente. Mr. President.
his wife
La moglie?
tried to bring him
No, ma quello è Kennedy. È
into
una
the cabriolet. Do you?
No, no, sta facendo confusione,
Yes.
Presidente. Sta facendo confusione, evidente.
Sorry,
Sì,
it wasn't the moon.
non è andato
It
sulla
was
Luna.
Mars.
No,
Mars attack.
ma che Mars Attack? No,
Beautiful film
eh?
where Netanyahu sang
No, ma Netanyahu, no. Netanyahu è il presidente di Israele.
somewhere
Non cantava.
over
Over. Vuole
the
cantare.
garage.
No, The Rainbow era. Vabbè, ma
He's opening by this.
cosa fa? Dove va, Presidente? Cosa fa? Presidente? Mr. President? Quiet. No. Where are you going? Stay quiet. Ecco. Ok. No. Please. Cosa sta dicendo? Cosa sta facendo? What are you doing? Quella è la valigetta dei codici atomici, quella.
No.
Lei non sta bene? No.
No,
Gliel'hanno fatto grosso.
I forgot to take the pills.
No, ma non sono le pillole, non sono
Now
le
I
medicine.
call the nurse.
No.
Joe Biden nukes himself. So depressing. We are supposed to be the entertainment capital of the world here in America, but the incapacity, the neutered, cucked nature of the modern day leftist entertainer to turn a blind eye to what the pure comedy gold. I mean, do you have no shame? You have no shame. You toe suckers. You literally won't make fun of Joe Biden. You won't actually joke about Joe Biden. It is actual comedy gold. Every day what's happening in the White House. So embarrassing, and the Italians are beating us at our own game. We're supposed to actually be willing and able, and actually we have a constitutional obligation to make fun of our elected officials, and the Italians are beating us. Well, shame on them. I think this is partly why people love Donald Trump so much, is because he's, freaking funny. The guy's hysterical. And also, I mean, I guess, at some point, this entire system's going to break, right? They won't be able to keep up the protection racket. You're starting to see cracks in the facade. Now, Jon Stewart, I really don't like Jon Stewart, but even he can't help himself. And this is not because of the better angels. I think that Jon Stewart was told to do this because they want to replace Joe Biden. Joe Biden's now fair game. But Jon Stewart actually destroys Joe Biden in a recent commentary. He tries to tie it all to Donald Trump. Yeah, whatever, man. I went to multiple Trump events this week. Trump is quick as a whip. Trump is peak Trump. The guy's aging in reverse. And Jon Stewart, on the other hand, not only does he look battered and beat up and old, time has not been kind to Jon Stewart, but also Jon Stewart, I guess, can call bullshit on some of the lies about Joe Biden. This was a very, very interesting way to start off the Daily Show, where Jon Stewart replaced the DEI hire and is now back at the show and went in hard on Joe Biden. Yikes. Check it out.
I don't know. Yes, it turns out that the leading cause of early onset dementia is being deposed. But back to President Biden. Biden was not about to take the special counsel's characterizations lying down, although chances are he was lying down when. The point is this. To the press conference, Batman!
My memory is fine. Take a look at what I've done since I've become president. None of you thought I could pass any of the things I got passed. How'd that happen? I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm president. I put this country back on its feet. No, he did not say that. Okay. He did not say that.
But Mr. President,
let me answer your question.
Many American people have been watching, and they have expressed concerns about your age.
That is your judgment. That is your judgment.
Boom! He took them to the house. He was all over it. Joe Biden taking names, kicking press conference over. You didn't mess up. You did. No, don't stop. Wait, hold on, sir. No, you killed this. Take the W. What are you doing? Do not go. Allow me to present to you a one-man show about what Joe Biden's advisors were doing when he turned around and went back to the podium. The show is called No! Do not go back! Please days, but he went back.
I'm of the view, as you know, that the conduct of the response in Gaza, in the Gaza Strip, has been over the top.
Garbanzo, garment, Gaza. By the way, the response in Gaza has been over the top. You know, I like how Biden describes Israel's incessant bombing of civilians the same way my mother talks about the Super Bowl halftime show. It was a little much. Did they need to be on roller skates? Whatever happened to music? You sing the song and people will love it, but with the abs and the twirling. And the hits kept coming.
Initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in.
Now, geography buffs might have noticed Gaza and Mexico do not share a border. That Biden was referring to Sisi, the president of Egypt, not Mexico. Unless it was even worse than that, and he thinks the president of Mexico is named Si.